calls or have a conversation during this time, if you could use the back classrooms for that. Come on over, get out of your seat, stretch a little bit, take a little break from what you're honed in on, and David, hold questions till the end, because David and Chris are going to talk with us a little bit about live streaming and go through a demo, I guess, right?
Yep. Okay,
great. So, welcome, and let's give it up for David and Chris.
Thank you, guys. So we wanted to talk today about OBS and Restream and live streaming, and how basically we're all at a crest of a new media landscape right now, and there's a lot that we can do now with very little as far as assets that used to cost news agencies hundreds of thousands of dollars to do. Now we can do it with just a laptop and a webcam. So I'm going to show you guys how to set up a scene. OBS is a program that you see here. It allows you to create scenes and add different sources like audio, images, video, etc., text, browser windows, and whatever. So that all mixes together, and you can make a pretty interesting scene. Some audio playing, I think. Okay, and then there's Restream. And Restream, the purpose of that is to take whatever you create and put it out onto multiple platforms. So Restream allows you to be on YouTube, Twitch.tv, and VK is like a Russian one. There's Facebook Live can connect to it. Basically all the live services. It does all of them at once, so it spreads you out and allows you to have a broad network. So if you're going to get started with this stuff, it's good to have multiple channels that you're landing on, because some of them might not like the content you're making, or they might decide to suppress what you're saying, and it allows you to spread out your message. So if there's something that one powerful media group doesn't like, you're in so many different places that you're not going to be silenced. So it's kind of a way for you to like have your own voice, and it's really powerful and kind of crazy that we're all able to do this right now. But so what I want to do is like encourage people to get on board and jump on and get started streaming, because essentially the nature of live footage, it kind of adds authenticity, and by default it becomes news no matter what you're covering. So it's up to you how you want to build your own credibility if you do this, but being part of the conversation really adds a lot. But I mean, why do you do it, David? Just for fun?
Yeah, I mean, I just like to share what I'm doing. It's something I would be doing anyway. Why not invite other people to participate in the conversation and get feedback from them, so I can learn about what I'm doing more from other people too.
Yeah, and the cool thing is all the software is free. So Restream and OBS are both free services. You download OBS, it's an open source program available for Mac and PC on Windows. So once you're all hooked up and you've got channels selected, you can choose from 30 plus channels to stream to. You can see them all here. All kinds of channels that I've never even heard of are on here. Africa.tv, Livehouse, whatever that is. So I could choose all of these, and right now David could be streaming to all of those on Gangplank Stream if he wants. But right now I think we're just on 3, which is Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch, which is a good solid 3 to start with if you're going to get started on this stuff. Yeah, what are we looking at next?
So let's talk about how we connect OBS to Restream, and then maybe show some creating of scenes in OBS?
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So the biggest thing you're going to need to connect all this is the stream key. I'm not going to show you mine because it's like this multi-digit thing that if you had it, you could just hijack my streams. So I won't show you, but it's right here when you log in on the dashboard of Restream. You copy this, and then you move over to your OBS, and you go to Settings, and Stream, and then you just pop it right here in the stream key. Make sure you've chosen the right server. It might be London, or for us it's San Jose because we're closer to that server. Make sure you pick the service, Restream, and then you can get started. So first, before I get started, there's not much in this scene, so I want to add some sources. And probably the first source I want to add is my own face, because I'm giving this news report or whatever it is I'm trying to cover live. So what I would do is click on under the sources section here. I've created this scene here called New Scene. And then under sources, I'm going to create a video capture device source. I'm going to call this selfie cam. Then I'm going to use the laptop camera on my system. Oops, I'm not going to hit cancel. And it's all green behind me. There's no green screen. It's just it's a piece of software that adds the green. So you could use a green screen, or you could download this software. It's called TriDef. We don't need to cover that right now. But since it's there, I can right-click or control-click on Selfie Cam and put a filter on, and add an effect filter here for a chroma key. I'm just going to call this green screen. And it defaults to green, so already the green around me is taken out to some degree. It's got some flaws with the software, but it allows me to have my own real-time input and reactions to whatever I decide to cover. So so what should I cover? What do you guys think? I mean, at any time we can. One of my favorite things to do is if you want to make something newsworthy, you can capture something that's live happening right now and just make commentary on it. You can make content right now that's like legit. So I'm going to call this a live browser capture. Add a new source. Add this window, and it's going to be my Google Chrome. And I don't want everybody to see like you want to try to protect your privacy maybe if you're streaming to a lot of places. So this has my name on the top. So you can like right-click on this source that I made and add a filter, like an effect filter that does like a crop. And what I do is I take 100 pixels off the top, and then all that stuff on the top is gone, and before I live stream, so nobody's going to see my personal info. There's multiple ways to do that. You can also like use a separate display, use separate user, etc. to protect your personal information while you're doing this. It's kind of hard to balance and hard to figure out when you're starting, right, David?
Yeah, one thing I did was created a new user on my computer to try to keep things separated.
Keep them separated.
Yeah.
So, so I added that. So since I have that browser, I can go to my browser, and I pulled up YouTube Live. So there's a bunch of live streams going on. I'm going to refresh this. And let's see what's on here. So got a couple things going on. So like there's a lot of people on YouTube that are live streaming their pro gaming stuff. and maybe I want to go on there and pretend like I'm an expert and discuss it. So what should I do? That looks like a video game. I don't know what it is. So someone's playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and they're streaming it right now. So easy content. I can jump on their live stream and make this thing full screen. And then I go back to my OBS, which should change. I don't know why it's still on that window. Sometimes OBS is a little buggy, so not sure what's going on there. Huh. I guess it's just capturing the that one tab. It doesn't usually do that. So as you can see, it's kind of a process. Yeah, it's not updating that. So I'm going to tell it what window it's trying to look at. Okay, there we go.
So you're trying to grab his output window and then you're going to append it with your own.
Yeah, so like right now I can, if I wanted to pretend like I'm a commentator, I could pull up his live stream, which is pretty gory, and have my own comments about it, and live stream like, oh, this guy sucks at aiming. What is he doing? I don't know. So it allows you to do a lot like that. That was just the first thought that came to my head. You could take other people's live streams and make content. So that's one content idea. Because one of the big problems with live streaming is like, what do I even live stream? Like, why should I even hop on and do this? What gives me the audacity to want to live stream my voice and talk about things? So it's kind of hard to come up with content sometimes, but it's a good learning experience just to try anything. So maybe you're going to talk about someone shooting zombies, but anything is good to get started, and then you can kind of figure out all the flaws and fixes. Any comments about that, David?
No, I mean, I always tell people that everyone has a unique experience or, a unique life, and it might not seem like it from the inside, but looking from the outside, you're probably more interesting than you think. So if you just be yourself and stream yourself to the world, you'll be surprised at how many people actually watch it.
So this is basically a content delivery system that you're proposing. Does it come with any? I guess my thought immediately turns to, how do people find me? Why do they? They're probably searching for a topic.
Yeah, that's a marketing question that we could talk for hours about.
Well,
but
does it have pinnings, that basically publish your content? Can you put your, let's reduce ourselves to these simple keywords, and then somebody finds us based upon? Yeah,
on Periscope, I find a lot of people are just interested in something live all the time. So no matter what you're streaming, you'll probably get like upwards of 50, 60 watchers. They might at least just pop in. They might leave or whatnot. But being on, YouTube, if you're live, you're going to end up filtered to the tops of some lists because live content is more important right now to people. It seems to be, at least. So you're going to get some automatic traction just from being online and using certain keywords and descriptions and stuff. But if you want to get more views, you need to do more marketing.
And one easy thing you could do is like watch someone else who's covering something that's live streaming already that has an audience, and they're covering something that you're also interested in and maybe a lot about. I don't know who this guy is, but he just showed up on the live thing. So this guy is doing a live daily vlog from Europe. It looks like a lot of people don't like it, but there still are over 7,000 people watching. So if he was talking about a topic that I was interested in, I might sign in and drop my own link in here, or chat with the people and tell them to check out my stream, and that, hey, I'm talking about a similar thing. Once you guys are done watching this, take a look at mine. And then you can get an audience pretty easily from that. And I think it's easier to get the audience if you're like genuinely interested in whatever the topic being covered is. So just piggyback on like figure out whatever you're interested in discussing and talking about, and find someone that's doing something like that, and tap into their audience would probably be the best place to start. Show them what live streams you're doing. Like get people that already watch live streams and show them what you're doing. I mean, it's kind of a new frontier and people are excited about it. It's like, it's a good time to get in. Like 8 years ago was a good time to start recording video and uploading it to YouTube. Now is a great time to start live streaming on YouTube, I'd say.
Is there a two-way component to that at all, so that sort of similar to teleconferencing, or is that?
You would have to just use some other external solution. So there's a really popular chat app that people use for gaming called Discord, and it has voice chat built into it. So you can have multiple people in the same voice chat if you wanted to take conference calls that way. All you have to do is, make sure that you're recording your mic into OBS or streaming your mic into OBS, and then also capture your display audio, which especially if you're on Mac, there's a couple hoops you have to jump through to get that to work. There's a couple of free apps that you can use to, capture your desktop audio and send that through as a signal to OBS.
Yep. I'm going to try to find another live stream that's interesting. But while that search is pulling up, I don't know. I think we're using a lot of data with this live stream going, maybe. But
probably,
so slow.
Sorry.
What live streams do you guys normally cover?
What do you mean?
Like what topic? Do you have a topic?
I really like this guy, Defango. He does puzzles on, like there's this puzzle that comes up every year called, well, it's been for the past 2 years, called Cicada 3301. And it's an online puzzle. Let me see if I can find him. He live streams like every day. So like, he does all kinds of things. So he'll live stream about the puzzles mostly, but also he'll just sit and play Overwatch and live stream that. He just follows his own life, and like he has this huge audience. He pumped it up to like 8,000 subscribers just like 2 months ago from like less than 500 or something. And that was because he broke some news actually. But so you never know if you're going to be someone who breaks news. That can also be a way to market yourself if everybody's linking to you. But let me see. So this is like one of his videos. He usually gets like 150 to 200 people watching. And he's trying to solve these puzzles that are on this website called sevens.exposed. They're all these like hacker puzzles. He covers content on them. And here's one puzzle where I kind of helped him out. I took a spectrograph of some audio files and turned it into an image. It was part of the puzzle, and it had some words in it that you can see. So he's covering that, and I sent him this stuff. So it's cool to kind of be a part of what he's doing. He's got all these. This is how his setup is. He's got the chat on the right side. Is that coming through well? Mm-hmm. Okay. So on Restream, there's a chat, so it connects to all the chats. So at the top of his chat, you see 3 out of 3 up there, and that means that he's attached to 3 services right now, and all those chats are feeding into this one chat. So you can chat everybody from every stream. So it gives you more volume and a bigger voice. I'll show you that chat. Let me see.
So that was an archive of a previously live streamed?
Yeah, so like...
Yeah, if you live stream to YouTube, they'll save it and that video is available online until you choose otherwise.
So YouTube's great because they save it all. Twitch will save it all for like 12 months or something, whatever it is.
I don't even know.
And they only save a certain amount. So certain ones will delete your stuff if it's live stream, but YouTube's cool because they save everything. But it's good to be on multiple platforms because YouTube is actually notorious right now for taking down people's content and or just demonetizing it. So with a wider spread, you've got more chances to make more money if that's what you're trying to do, or just make sure your content remains. So unfortunately on Restream, if you're on a Mac, there's only this web chat like in-browser app that connects all those chats, and it kind of sucks. It doesn't work on YouTube, but it works on, I think it works on Twitch and Periscope, but let me see if it even works. I never even bother getting on it, but if you're on Windows machine, Restream's great because it has a standalone app that you can download that connects all those chats. Let's see if this chat loads up. It's taking a while to load all this stuff. Wasn't expecting.
Should we take another question? Did that answer your question?
Other questions? Yeah, I kind of just went off on a tangent.
Yeah, I guess to answer the question myself, I try not to put a lot of thought and effort into it just because I'm not trying to make this a business and monetize necessarily. I want it to be a passive thing that I do on the side, and so I'm streaming just what I'm naturally doing anyway. So obviously that is a lot of what's going around Gangplank. We've been introducing live streams to the event that Cameron's doing with the musicians. We did interviews with them while the event was going on. Tried doing a thing where we had Hangouts running. I was on my phone as a live reporter on the scene.
Yeah, I want to show that.
We did some comedy stuff before that to practice, which was fun. I think maybe we'll try to do that, but yeah, it's just been sort of a passive thing, I think. Does anybody else have questions while this is not working?
Tell me more about the live stream with your phone.
With your phone, you need at least with the only way I know how to do it right now. Restream doesn't have a mobile Restream, but YouTube does. But they require that you have 500 subscribers.
1,000 maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe it's 1,000.
I can't. Yeah, it's unknown. They keep changing it. It was 1 million at first.
So, I mean, worst case scenario, you can just go to Fiverr and buy 500 subscribers for $5, and then you've got it. You got the feature. But yeah, they're trying. They filter out everybody who doesn't have an audience yet for some reason. I guess like it's probably tough on the servers if everybody is able to live stream from their phone at any time. I don't know.
But one thing we tried doing was having Hangouts open on the app and then Hangouts open on our phone, and that way, you know, he just is capturing the video of his computer, which shows the Hangout window, which is my video, and that's how we achieve that. You can do that similar things with Skype, or whatever video chat app that works as long as you've got a reliable connection, I guess. That's the real hang up, is the internet speed and you know, reliability.
Yeah. Did you check on that before you got on?
Oh yeah, it was a little bit. It looked like it was dropping a lot of frames at the beginning, and I think we're a little better now. But usually, in my experience, the audio comes through fine. The audio is up to date all the time, but then you'll have a lot of dropped frames. You might get like 1 frame every 25 seconds, or you know, hopefully better. But it can get all the way up to, you know, 25, 30 frames a second with a good, reliable connection.
So, just another good little tip when you're live streaming. When you start a stream, we had this stream begin with like a title card on Gangplank's stream because that's kind of a common thing that streamers do, because people want to watch your stuff live, and you're not really talking to anybody until the audience arrives. Like, so if you put on a card, it gives people time to flood in, and I'll show you guys how to make a card like that. So one way we would do it is add a scene. I'm going to call this like a title card. And then you just add a source, like an image.
Maybe just do a text for now. Once you get an image ready.
Yeah, I got it already. And so I've got this image that I made in like 2 seconds. That's the name of my channel. So I can put that image up, start streaming, maybe add music to it. There's all these different, like audio input capture, audio output capture, capture a browser, color, capture a game while you're playing, capture images like the one I added, all kinds of stuff. So I would add maybe a song to it. So I'm going to add a audio file. Where the hell is that? What would that be? Can't remember.
What? Oh, it's audio. No, it's media source right above
media
that.
source, right. So if I wanted some music playing and I want to use like a local file like an MP3 or something, I would just add this and then say like title song. And choose like a WAV file or something.
So you can see that now as an audio source down there.
Yeah.
You can see the volume level.
So that's playing, it's on, yeah, I can loop it. And so this gives people a chance, if I start streaming, to start coming in. And once I see there's enough, if I'm like a big streamer, if I have a lot of subscribers, once I see that there's like 30 people in there, then okay, I'm going to hop on now and start the show. But yeah, people usually leave like a title card on for like 10 minutes, like we did at the beginning of this.
Yeah, so I'm actually streaming using OBS right now to the Gangplank live stream. If that wasn't obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming up on like 28 minutes, about half an hour, so
wow.
We should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up then. I'm going to put myself on a pirate ship real quick.
So you would put something on your card like, the show begins in 20 minutes.
Yeah, on the Gangplank one I had the title of the brown
countdown.
bag, the date, coming up next. I try not to make any promises.
And there I am at the wheel. And this is all live, so if like I'm streaming, I can move myself around and like point at things. It's fun. Like I can go to someone's stream like this browser, and just like be like, oh, it's me saying that stuff. Blah blah blah.
Oh, now you're upside down.
I'm upside down. And that would all show up. Like if I was doing this live, you can edit and make it all show up live, or you can click on studio mode and make your edits here first, so you don't look like a doofus updating your stuff live. So you can sort of be your own executive producer and director and everything all at once, all those roles in broadcast media. It's all kind of condensed into this one OBS program that gets spread everywhere. So it's an awesome time to jump in and get started on something like this. Pretty easy to get started. And I think it would be awesome for more people to do it, because the more voices we have out there, the more access we have to more sources. And like I said, by nature, live streaming is just more authentic, so it allows us all to get closer to some kind of truth, I guess, if more people do it.
So do either of you have experience with webinars, and would you recommend, I mean, obviously you think this is the way forward, so I'm guessing you would recommend this over a webinar in terms of getting information out there, but also getting, it seems like this would be a better way to get users or attract an audience, since it's
Yeah, having it on multiple different services is a big plus, because there's lots of different types of users on different services. You know, I think there's a lot of people on Periscope that never go to YouTube and vice versa.
So
and
technology-wise, say for someone like me,
mhm.
there could be a significant higher technology barrier.
Yes.
To this,
Yeah.
as opposed to the webinar.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with a lot of the problems. I mean, we were up late last night trying to get a lot of this stuff figured out. We've been playing with OBS for a while, finding out its quirks and weaknesses and dealing with internet problems. I mean, it's a technical nightmare.
Okay.
Yep. Once you get it working, it's worth the payoff, but it takes a while to get that far, I think. It's, you know, it's easier than, I've been trying to do this for about 10 years, live streaming. There's livestream.com and ustream.com or whatever it is. You know, hardware-wise and software-wise, we have not been to this level, especially for free software availability. This is really impressive. But it's not exactly like you know, set it and forget it sort of thing. When you turn off your computer or unplug from different monitors or different devices, sometimes they just stop you know, showing up, and you'll have to do what I call the magic chicken dance. You have to, you know, reboot it, plug in, plug out, you know, unplug, plug back in, you know.
Whisper kind words.
Yeah, exactly. Pray to the electronic gods. Everything has been tried in our trials and tribulations.
You know what I forgot to do? Just go to Gangplank's YouTube and live stream this live stream.
No. Please don't.
So could you also connect as a media source, say you were using a custom, if you wanted to capture your screen using so you had your recorder already set up for specific settings. And you
Like a video camera?
Say, no, like you're capturing your screen with another recorder.
Yeah.
And you're transcoding that or something, upscaling it live, say through FFmpeg. Could you connect the OBS and that together to get the output from that?
I'm not sure if I fully understand what you're asking, but I think so.
Could you connect a live, something that's being live transcoded?
So right now, his computer is going through an HDMI to an HDMI splitter to get to there and to get to here. This is a Blackmagic Intensity Shuttle,
Right.
which captures that HDMI and puts it into my computer as a video capture source.
What I'm saying is, if you could do that, but if you were, say, for example, you were stuck with, you were using some sort of capture solution like that had a limited resolution cap, like 720p, and you were using software to upscale that, could you put that as an intermediary layer between them so that it would just pull the upscale?
You would want to do that, in fact, because OBS does use quite a bit of CPU. You want to do as little transcoding on the actual computer streaming as possible.
Okay, so you could have a machine in between that did the beefy no transcode.
Yeah, as long as you have a way to get the output from that device and capture it as an input, then
That's just sort of something.
yeah, you can do PS3, 4, whatever game consoles, or in this case, we've got, you know, another computer that we're using.
Yep.
So you want to just pull up the website for OBS and
Sure.
you know, restream.io is where you can sign up for Restream free, get your key, and then hook that into the software OBS, which is free and available on Windows and Mac.
Agreed.
I think that's it, right?
So is this right
Yeah.
here what you're doing, the first step? That's kind of like starting an account, like an email account or something? Is that to get the key?
Basically,
Yeah, so you start the account on restream.io. You're going to have accounts on every single thing you restream though. So like, got the
Yeah,
dashboard
OBS,
here.
or I mean Restream, you'll have to connect it to YouTube, and they'll ask you for your YouTube login
Yeah,
or
your
whatever.
logins for everything.
Yeah, or they do the OS handshake, but same thing for Periscope. Any of the other streamed services you want to connect to, you'll have to have an account there too.
But it's really set it and forget it. So that part's easy once you set it all up.
Yep, you can see there, you can turn on and off the different services on the fly without removing them.
And then I can change the title on all of them at once. And you always want to change the title prior. Some services allow you to change the title during, like YouTube and Twitch do, but Periscope, for some reason, they're like, whatever you chose as the title, it's going to be that forever. I actually have a video called Trudy Wemberly on my Periscope because I never changed it from the Brownbag we did, and it wouldn't let me.
It also ends up in the alert when your subscribers see that you're now live streaming. I saw an alert that said Trudy Wimberly was live streaming, and I was a little bit confused because it was like 10 p.m. Yeah.
Beware when they Google you. So yeah, streaming. I'm just going to make a title so you guys can see how easy it is. I click on Update All on this titles thing and restream. I called it streaming, and it updates my Periscope, my Twitch, and my YouTube. But yeah, I think that's about it.
So you were able to get the Periscope changed from my...
What I'm saying is, like, you have to change the title prior to clicking on live. Click Start Streaming down here on OBS. Make sure you change the title first.
Yep. I have a whole list of steps that I try to go through before streaming. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, check your restream, check your internet speed, check all of your audio sources and your video sources and all of the different scenes that you have to make sure everything's working before you get into the live stream. It's a little bit uncomfortable to be live streaming and then realize you have no audio or you have, whatever other problem.
Yeah. Cool. So that's it. Yeah, we're trying to do more brown bags at Gangplank. So we're looking for the next person, next victim, and we're going to be going around. We want it to be mostly internal, and people. This is your first time here. We used to do these, and we're starting them up again. And it's typically community members talking about something that's their hobby, something they're interested in, something they just learned, like we did, that we want to share with others, or maybe it's some business knowledge that you have. So everybody that works out of the space knows something that other people don't. So what we're going to be doing is going around and just chatting with people, seeing what you can offer, and seeing where you have 5 minutes of expertise. And we're going to keep lining these up, and we have to thank Trudy Wemberly for being our first one in months, 2 weeks ago, and Michael Howell did it last week. And me and David doing it this week. So we're going to line up next week. We'll market it again. And don't know who that's going to be, but hopefully we can get the community involved and do more of these.
Let's give it up for Chris and David. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Community meeting is at 5 o'clock today. If you can join us for that. I'm not sure if we have a set agenda yet.
I don't know yet. I mean, actually, our agenda today is to figure out what our agenda is.
Yeah, plan out Hack Night events.
So just keep in mind that as a co-working space, a collaborative workspace, operating on social capital, don't ask what your community can do for you, but ask what you can do for your community. And have a great rest of your Wednesday, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now you can cut to title again.